This beautiful island is crammed with 26 stunning national parks full of wildlife, hundreds of dazzling beaches, delicious cuisines, and it's a destination that won't break the budget, making it a perfect place for almost anyone. Welcome to the delightful Sri Lanka. My luxury escape begins in the capital, Colombo. This vibrant city is fast becoming a popular destination for travellers from all over the world. While I'm here, I'm staying at the wonderful Shangri-la with magnificent views of the harbour and right in the middle of everything. It's a fantastic place to delve all that the city offers. One of the great things they provide is a guided tuk-tuk tour, and I'm getting around with the walking encyclopedia himself, Riff. I love the beautiful air conditioning we've got in here, Riff. It's really good.
The fresh air conditioning, I would say.
Nice, exactly. So the first temple we're going to
is the Gangaramaya temple to take a look at an iconic site called the Sima Lakhe.
Fantastic. Riff explained the Sima Lakhe temple was originally constructed in the late 19th century, but began to sink into the lake in the 1970s. Sri Lankan and world-renowned architect Geoffrey Bauer was employed to oversee the reconstruction of this magnificent building. So these have been donated, have they? Or...
They are the most expensive. You'll have them all finished with diamonds and gold, and you'll have all kinds of finishing out here.
Do you know how much these would be worth? Quite
millions
a lot of money.
Millions
and
sure.
millions, I can imagine.
Very sure.
Beautiful. The structure is made up of 3 floating platforms and is used by locals and travellers as a place of rest, relaxation and quiet meditation.
These little ties are those wishes made by someone hoping that their wish at some point would come true. Nice. You never know.
No, that's right. You never know. Our next stop was Sri Lanka's tribute to its independence gained in 1948, the legendary Independence Memorial Hall.
This was the time where His Royal Highness Prince Henry was down here, the legislature was formed and the parliament was formed. And right now this is entirely converted to a cultural centre.
You must get a lot of visitors here.
Many visitors definitely down here. And right on to your left you'll find the National Museum of our country. This is a very beautiful site.
Very iconic building.
This is the National Museum.
That is a stunner of a building. The last stop on the tour was the spectacular Red Mosque, one of the oldest in Colombo.
You can see our painting system. Every single brick is separately painted with red and white for the whole building by hands.
By hands?
That is the most extraordinary feature in this building.
I hate painting a wall at home, let alone doing a whole building. My goodness.
That's a magnificent feature,
isn't it? After enjoying a day of sightseeing, you've probably built up an appetite. Shangri-La certainly has a delicious range to choose from. Chef Deshan is cooking me a fabulous Sri Lankan traditional tuna dish with his own signature on it.
We have a little bit of oil.
Yep. To start us off with?
Yep.
Beautiful.
These are pandan leaves. I'm just going to use that as a lining so that the tuna doesn't get stuck on it.
Oh, you're a smart man.
A little bit of onion, and then a little bit of ginger.
Oh, my favourite.
And not too much.
Bit of garlic on there as well.
And then cloves, cardamom, and curry leaves.
Curry leaves next.
Fresh. Sashimi grade tuna. So the cubes of tuna.
That looks amazing.
So Sri Lankan curries are water-based. So we don't use much oil or ghee and stuff like that. So much lighter. And this is a paste made out of this one. It's called goraka. Inside, and when you dry it, it becomes black. It's very sour.
Very sour, is it? Okay.
So we make it, so this is mainly a pepper and goraka-based spice. You turn up the heat here.
Sure.
So the idea is to keep the moisture of the fish intact.
Okay.
So it goes against the traditional dish.
Right.
Because the traditional dish was about getting all the moisture out. And I use the banana leaf just to try to lock in a little bit more extra moisture.
Sure. Beautiful. Look at that. Not only does it look good, but it smells amazing.
Yeah, that's it. So, and then you could have this with like hoppers or rotis and...
Oh.
So that's our tuna curry.
That looks sensational. As day turns to night, Shangri-La Colombo has your after-dinner requirements all taken care of. Whether it's some smooth jazz or an even smoother cocktail, or better still, both. Everything for a memorable night is covered. Across the road from the Shangri-La is one of Colombo's most famous recreation spots. Every afternoon, families flock to the Golfers Green to fly kites, eat delicious food and soak in the harbour views.
Families come here. They've been coming here for years, so it used to be a golf course, and now they've just come here on the weekends and throughout the week to enjoy the pleasures of Sri Lanka, the food, the colors. It just makes you feel so great. And what I love about it the most is all nationalities, all different backgrounds and walks of life come here and enjoy together.
The Golfers Green is also full of wonderful surprises, and we stumbled across one of the reptilian variety. That is a cobra, Jess, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Oh boy.
And you'll find the snake charmers throughout Sri Lanka. Wow, that's scary. People would think, you know, this is mostly for the tourists, but in fact, actually the locals love it. It's entertainment for them.
How are they doing that? How are you doing that?
You know, I heard that it's actually not by the sound, it's actually by the movement.
Oh, is it really his hands?
That they're watching the movement, yeah.
That is unbelievable. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Or this is my mother's nightmare.
Oh, yeah, nah. This is about enough for me, I think. Oh, he's got the python out. Whoa. Round your neck. Now, I must admit, scorpions, spiders and sharks, no problem. But snakes... My blood is slowly curdling here. Dead serious.
Is he gonna bite me? You swear.
Jess,
You swear?
doing it? Oh,
You
that's
swear?
so good. All right, if I must. Oh, God. Oh, no. This is good enough for me.
This is good enough.
This is seriously good
Don't
enough for me.
push us.
The Golfers Green sums up Colombo City perfectly, full of colour, culture and vibrancy. This morning is a very special one. Today I'm heading an hour out of Colombo to walk with the world's largest land animals, elephants, at Millennium Elephant Foundation. So guys, who's this lovely young lady we've got here next to us?
This is a new elephant here at Millennium. She arrived 2 weeks ago. Her name's Manaki, but her nickname is Monica.
Monica.
Yeah.
Now, I've been lucky enough to actually swim with elephants before, but not Sri Lankan elephants. What's the difference?
Actually, there are two types of elephants in the world. African elephant and the Asian elephant.
Okay.
The Asian elephant is available in Sri Lanka, India, Thailand and Indonesia. But the African elephant, they're only in African areas.
Right. And an interesting story you mentioned earlier today was about the elephant dung.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so, of course, an elephant of this size poos a lot.
Yeah.
So,
How much?
So, about, on average, probably about 200 pounds a day. And they process all the elephant dung into eco-friendly, sustainable paper.
Right.
And the final product, it's non-smelly and same as regular writing paper.
That is incredible.
see.
The foundation began in 1979 and in 1999 branched out to take in elephants that couldn't be cared for and is the only one of its kind in Sri Lanka. Do you get support from local government or something?
No, we have no government funding at all. We're a privately owned NGO. So a lot of our income comes from our volunteer program. And then we are also open for tourism. Our elephant walk experience helps fund us to bring in more elephants and care for them.
Fantastic. I want to take Monica home. Will that be all right? May not fit in the suitcase.
Yeah,
that's the
it might
only
be a
thing.
tight squeeze.
Might be a little bit of a struggle, Monica. Another tradition synonymous with Sri Lanka is tea. And here at the Hundanagoda estate is the rarest of all. With the world's highest amounts of antioxidants, virgin white tea goes through an incredible process before it gets to the consumer.
Despite having been on the plantations for 50 years, I had not heard of white tea. This was originally conceptualized in Imperial China.
Okay.
It's a bit of an extravagant story, and you are allowed to laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you.
Because I laughed at the guy who told me the story.
Okay.
So that's par for the course.
Right.
But the Chinese mandarins at that time are said to have employed virgins to cut the white tea with golden scissors. It is said to have fallen into a golden bowl. And it was given as a tribute to the emperor. And the story is that the only part of the human anatomy that touched the tea were the lips of the emperor.
Right.
You know, however unlikely it may seem, my colleagues are dotted all over the world, including Australia.
Okay.
And if I suddenly started looking for immaculate girls with golden scissors, you know, they may have thought I had bats in the belfry, you know. We happened to go to Grasse in France.
Okay.
And there, quite by accident, we met a very old man. And while I was talking to him, he said, sweat and human oils are a manifestation of your food habits. You exude what you consume.
Okay.
And inevitably, you leave a trace of that in whatever you touch.
Yes.
The moment he told me that, it gave me the logic I was looking for. That they wanted to give the emperor the most uncontaminated tea in the world.
Tea in the world, yeah.
We sacrifice quantity for quality. What we endeavor to do is to give the visitor an understanding of the tea industry, where they go back with a greater respect for tea. So once they see that, I mean, they begin to then realize that it's a time-consuming process and that there is a lot of care and attention that is necessary to make a good tea.
When Pierre had decided to call it quits from his company in Sri Lanka, he wanted to keep helping his young local employees. As an avid boat lover, he came up with a plan that would suit everybody.
We created the Building a Future Foundation, where we decided to train these boys and girls into all the skills required for leisure boating at sea.
Sure.
You know, you are in the middle of one of the most wonderful bays on the south coast of Sri Lanka, the Willigama Bay. The sailing is it's about 4 kilometers and 4 kilometers, so this is a fantastic sailing ground for people who don't like the high seas. So I can say that it's probably the best hidden secret on the planet. And so today we'll go a little bit sailing around to show you, the beauty and the fantastic opportunity.
Two others enjoying the opportunity here in Sri Lanka are both Joe and Natasha. They have fallen in love with the place and told me why they adore it so much.
Go exploring.
Yeah.
A lot is go and explore. There's so much untouched territory here.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of culture here
Yeah,
in
for
Sri Lanka?
Sure. Yeah,
Huge.
for sure.
But I think that's probably one of the biggest draws, especially among older travelers, is the cultural elements of Sri Lanka. And like going off what you said, exploring, there's an incredible network of trains. Just hop on a train and something related to the origins of Buddhism.
Yep.
You know, there's just so much to see and do here when it comes to a culture that not a lot of people know about.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm going to get in shortly, I think. Is there a best spot to go?
I think we could probably just go in right
Oh, you
here.
can just do that here, can you? My next adventure here in Colombo is to visit the wonderful Mahara and participate in her cooking class, Cooking by Colour. This insightful workshop teaches you the art, craft, and sheer joy of experiencing Sri Lankan cuisine.
Why don't you do
Yeah,
that?
sure. Happy to do that. So just
Everything in?
everything in,
Yep.
like so. Oh, look at all those colours. So how many people do you have in your classes?
From 1 person to about 15.
Oh, that is smelling delicious.
Right. Now we add the
The chicken up
chicken.
next. So how long's the school been going now?
4 years.
4 years.
And now I'm busy, or every week
Yeah?
I'm busy. Because I love cooking. To me, it's a form of play and worship.
Yeah.
And it's a form of self-expression. Can I have your palm now?
Yeah, sure.
Tell me what you need.
Ooh, okay. Tell me what you need.
Yeah, whether you need salt or...
Okay, here we go.
That's a loaded question.
Maybe a little bit of salt. The
Okay.
spice is pretty good. Just right, I think.
This will cook gently while we make the other food.
Oh, there's more as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
And indeed, more there was. In the class, you make up to 6 sumptuous dishes, all with their own style and flavour. And after all that hard work comes the delicious reward.
Can we go and eat?
We can.
Fantastic. Let's do it. I think it's time to dig in.
My
Bon appetit.
pleasure.
Bon appetit.
My stay in this beautiful region is at the fabulous Shangri-la. With a spacious 58 hectares, it's the largest resort in Sri Lanka. This includes 300 magnificent rooms, but occupying most of the space is a spectacular championship 18-hole golf course. And today, I'm playing around on it with Shangri-La's general manager, Moshi.
And would this be the best course in the country, do you think?
I have to say it's the best course in the country. But,
yeah.
But realistically, I think it is. We've set a benchmark here, which I think is also great for golf because it's now set the bar. So now Colombo are under process of upgrading their course to come to par with us, and so is Victoria. We've set a benchmark, which is great.
So I'm guessing, this sounds like the perfect destination for the traveller, really.
You're absolutely right. The resort waits laid out 150 acres, 300 rooms, and it's almost kind of split into zones for the families, couples. Families, you've got golfing for the golfer. Whoever wants to go to the spa goes to the spa. The kids in a cool zone. The teens have other activities they can do.
Yeah.
And it's laid out in such a way that you can have your little zone without feeling that the resort has 600 people in it, 700 people in it.
Brilliant, brilliant. And what hole are we heading to now?
We're heading to hole 16, one of the signature holes we have. When you get to the top of the hill, you see the hole dropping down and the sea, Indian Ocean on the other side. So we can stop here and take a hit if you want.
I think we're up, my friend.
All right.
After you, Mosh.
Really?
Show me how it's done, mate.
Okay.
Oh, straight as a die. Are you on?
On, just on the edge. Wow, look at that. Guys.
I'm happy with that. That's the best I've done for quite a while.
On top of all the wonderful facilities Shangri-La offers, there is also an authentic traditional village area full of highly skilled artisans creating magnificent indigenous pieces that reflect Sri Lanka's colourful culture, from batik art to the fascinating craft of laksha, where resin excreted from beetles is used as a paint to decorate wooden handicrafts. There are also traditional potters here too, and I tried my hand at spinning a vase.
Oh, my love, my darling.
Sadly, my memorable time in wonderful Sri Lanka and the stunning Shangri-La had come to a close.
How's the stay with us, sir?
Oh, it was brilliant. But like every other holiday, it wasn't long enough.
How are you gonna pay your bill?
Just American Express, thanks.
Certainly, sir.
Great, thank you. Leaving the wonderful Sri Lanka, I'm certainly going to miss the incredible wildlife, culture and stunning scenery. But what I think I'll miss the most is the fabulous food. Here's hoping it's as good on the plane.
Let's be honest, historically speaking, airline food doesn't have the greatest rap, but there is one airline that's consistently delivering fine dining in the sky for the past 20 years.
That company is Singapore Airlines, constantly evolving their menus, techniques and customer service. Singapore Airlines look to achieve in-the-air dining excellence. And I'm talking to Herman, the man in charge of making sure the culinary experience is the best it can aeronautically be.
Is that a challenge? Is it a challenge to maintain your standards?
It is quite a challenge, but everybody has this tube which flies from A to B. There's the Boeing tube, there's the Airbus tube.
Yeah.
How do you be different? How can you be different? Right?
Yeah.
There's a definite shift to quality and the way it is presented.
Sure. And does it vary from market to market?
It's, of course, it has to be. We are not doing one menu fits all.
Right.
Singapore is unique because in Singapore we have 4 major cultures, which have, of course, their food cultures, like Chinese. We have the Indian and the Malay cultures here.
Sure.
And they also produce different types of food. So we are actually quite lucky. Of course, there have to be some traditional foods, which are in every cookbook. Hungarian goulash or something like that, right? And the other way is we go out to our major destinations, and there we have our culinary panel star chefs.
Right.
And they give us 2 times a year a set of menu creations. Then we bring it back to make it airline friendly, because one of the things that we cannot do on board is really cook.
Right.
So what we do is we take this dish, we split it apart into this individual items. With that comes the sauce on the side, because to put the sauce last minute over gives it a freshness kind of
Yeah,
feel.
sure.
And then the crew has to put last minute, gives a different experience.
Of course it does.
And then it makes it more like a flying restaurant.
Yeah, no, exactly. Thanks for talking through your amazing products
Yes,
as well.
that makes the difference between us.
Yeah, I like your
and
job, by the
somebody
way.
else.
You've got a great job, Herman.
Never trust a slim chef.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.